I am a fan of TF2 YouTube. I think my MVM video made that clear enough. It's packed with enough references to TF2bers to fill my quota for the next few years, and that has definitely not gone unnoticed. I've been watching TF2 YouTube since I got into the game almost 10 years ago, and I've probably got just as much time sunk into watching as I do playing. Way too much. There was a time, for about 2 years, where TF2 YouTube kept me engaged with the game even when I didn't like playing it myself. Thanks for that, Muselk. I've seen this scene grow from a couple of kids talking over gameplay footage to something that frequently pushes the boundaries of what I expect from the videos I watch. There have been so many talented creators over the years, it honestly blows my mind that one game can inspire this much creativity and this many different ways to express people's love. It feels like every single year, new creators emerge and set the bar that much higher, and yet, there is one creator. One creator who has pushed the scene more than any other, one creator who is never content to just make great content, one creator who doesn't so much set the bar as he does place it at the edge of space. This video is about him. Him and the example he sets, as well as the amazing impact that he's had on this entire community. I'm Pride_, and this is a LazyPurple appreciation post. What's going on, world? It's your boy Pride_Reacts, and today we're going to be reacting to how it feels to play Demo Man by this guy called LazyPurple. Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm liking the SFM opening. Oh my god, you see the music? You see the camera? Dude, fuck. He's zooming in on the stickies. Oh my god, he blew the stickies out of the air, but it's not enough. God, you hear the music? The music's going wild and those sound effects. That was a recreation of my live reaction, showcasing just how it feels to watch LazyPurple. You didn't think the whole video was going to be sappy just because of that intro, did you? Well, don't worry. We'll get there. It's hard to argue that Lazy isn't one of, if not the single best creator in this community, especially since upload schedule doesn't really matter as long as the videos are good, right? In any case, he's definitely my favorite. In fact, I have not met a single person that has absolutely no respect for Lazy's content. Even if you're a hardcore invite professional gamer who knows every single nuance of the way the game works and you hate his oversimplified explanations and sometimes, let's be honest, bad advice. Okay, so I was going to put a clip here of Lazy giving advice that I thought was bad, because a lot of people have told me that they don't like his content because he gives out bad advice, but then I was going through the videos and I could not find a single example of a time that he gave bad advice, so good job, Lazy. You one-up me by just making better content. Give another point to the Lazy is a great creator board. Even if you hate competitive, you think the competitive community is killing the game by demanding rebalances, and you think the reason Meet Your Match turned out so bad was specifically because of the TF2 team catering to competitive players, and every bad thing that has happened to the game recently can be traced back to competitive players in some way, and you hate that he talks about the game from that perspective. I know that would be a completely unreasonable opinion to have, but let's imagine. Hell, even if you have literally never played the game before in your life, you can still respect the amount of effort that goes into making his videos look and feel like this. In fact, think of this video as my way of showing just how much I respect him and the content he makes. Not like it's very hard to. If you so much as take a glance around at even the higher effort videos on this platform, you notice it's near impossible to find anything that can match these videos in terms of quality. It gets even worse if you want to find someone who can match them with what they're trying to do, and then, God forbid, you want to try and match the quality of these videos yourself. Good fucking luck. That shit is a suicide mission. Believe me, I tried. No matter who you are or what your background is, I've yet to find somebody who can look at a LazyPurple video and not immediately respect the effort that goes into it. Lazy's videos are so good, his side videos are better than most of what goes up on this website. It's kind of hard to get across just how much attention to detail there is in Lazy's content without just pointing out some shit you'd never notice otherwise. So let's do that! At this part, towards the start of How It Feels to Play Sniper, we transition from this scene to this one. Simple, right? But wait, there's this big vignette blocking most of the screen. A hard cut would be a little jarring, but did you catch that? Let me play it for you again in slow motion. What the fuck? Or how about this scene, where he makes the spikes shoot out of the sticky bomb? You'd think this would be simple, but you can't animate the spikes on a sticky bomb. So how does he get away with this? Alright, watch this. Why? Why in the world would anyone even think to do this for an effect that lasts all of 1/10 of a second? Even if he got a custom model made for it, that's still way more effort than most people would even notice. The answer is because this effect, with the sound effect over it, completes this scene. It breaks up the flow and builds tension perfectly while buying time for the next music cue. And this is just some of the stuff that stood out to me. Lord only knows how many of these little touches are in there. See, you start to notice this stuff a lot more once you decide to make your own content. Doubly so if you're trying to make content at this level. I think that's what makes Lazy's stuff resonate with me that much more. I'm one of the extremely few people who have seriously tried to make content in a similar style at a similar level of quality. Again, it's a near suicidal task, but it forces you to notice all the little touches he makes along the way. See, when I made my video, What Spending 5 Months on One Video Teaches You, I got a lot of people telling me that they really liked my use of black screens to accentuate important moments. Specific lines, important words. If I wanted something to stand out, I would put absolutely nothing on the screen, maybe some text for good measure. I laugh my ass off when people say that it's good editing though, because what I was really doing was just being lazy. I would ask myself, I don't feel like doing any editing. Can I get away with having absolutely nothing on the screen without it detracting from the feel of the video? And the answer was very often yes. Like, very often, oh god, it feels like half of that video is black screen sometimes. What blows my mind about Lazy as a creator is that despite his name, it feels like he's constantly asking himself the exact opposite question. What's the most pain in the ass over the top way I can get this point across without feeling like it drowns out what I'm saying? Like, he had an out with How It Feels to Play Pyro. The Pyro doesn't have facial flexes. He could very easily have not lip-synced anything, but instead he gets a custom model made so that he can lip-sync the fucking Pyro for the— he didn't even really do that in most of the other videos except the sniper one. This is just something he decided to do for this video. What the fuck? I absolutely do not have a hard time believing that he put over 3,000 hours into SFM by the end of How It Feels to Play Engineer. And I wouldn't be surprised if that number was over 7,000 by now. That said, I don't want to discredit the people who work with Lazy on his videos. There are a lot of people who help with SFM stuff behind the scenes, like our date. No, not our date, our date. And Alex, who helps with custom 3D models like this one. It's clear that quality like this is not a one-man thing. Again, believe me, I've tried. And failed. This video is more about Lazy than them for reasons I'll get into in a bit, but I wanted to acknowledge that there are others working behind the scenes for these videos too, and that work is not going unappreciated. I respect Lazy for more than just his video quality though. I'm not gonna pretend it's not a significant reason, but it's not all there is to love. Lazy also sets one of the best standards I've ever seen for how one should treat the people around them as well as foster a community. If you've only ever watched Lazy's videos and never joined his Discord or watched a stream, or if you're watching this video with no knowledge of who LazyPurple is, how did you get here, by the way? You might not know that Lazy is the single most wholesome human being on the planet, even more so than the people whose entire channel's gimmick is that they make super wholesome content. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into Lazy's personal relationships or perceived personality here. I'm already a bit on edge as to whether some of the segments in this video will come off as reading too much into things or creepy, but this is one area that I know would be crossing a line. I respect Lazy, and myself for that matter, too much to go digging around for details like that. If I did that, I could never show my face in his Discord again. Speaking of his Discord, king of segues I know, it more than earns its title of LazyPurple's Wholesome Haven. To be honest, I'm not sure I've seen a more inviting place in my entire life. I wish I could have a Discord server half as good as this one. I'd have to fix the whole dead server thing first though. And probably too much effort. This server though, oh boy, it is a masterclass in how positive a community can be. Now, I don't spend too much time in the general chats, but they aren't really the star of the show anyway. That honor belongs to the subs and patrons chat. Holy shit, I did not know that it was possible for a community to get this inviting. It really blows my mind just how wholesome some of the people in this chat are. I don't really want to oversell it though. It's not like this is some magic fairyland where nobody feels bad and everybody loves each other, although it can feel like that at times. Really, it's just a nice community to be a part of. It's not something where you absolutely need to go out of your way to see it, but if you're looking for a community to fit in and casually chat with, I think this is one of the best. It's kind of amazing that a group like this could just come into existence completely by coincidence. Of course, it's not really a coincidence. This server definitely gives off the vibe of something that was carefully built up over time and not something that just randomly came into existence. I really do think that Haven is the perfect word for this server, and I really do think that this is largely due to the great work done by the mods. Yes, you heard right, I am actually thanking the moderators of a Discord server. This server wouldn't be half of what it is without you guys, and I want to make sure you know that the work you do is worth it. It's not all sunshine and rainbows over in LazyPurple world though. Making content at the level he does is hard. Insanely hard. And that shows in the rate at which these videos come out. It's been more than a year since How It Feels to Play Demo Man, and we still have no idea when How It Feels to Play Medic is coming. Side note, when I first saw this list and How It Feels to Play Soldier, I thought, yes, Medic is next. He's not saving it for the end, he's not going to do all the combat classes. And then Engineer came out next, and I thought, oh, well maybe that wasn't quite right, maybe he's going to do it next. And then it was Sniper, and then it was Pyro, and then it was Demo Man, and he saved it for the end after all, didn't he, motherfucker? Now, remember earlier when I said, it's hard to argue that Lazy isn't one of, if not the single best creator in this community. I get the feeling that might have ruffled a few feathers. I think it's true, but a lot of people would take one look at his upload schedule, or lack thereof, and immediately disqualify him. No creator who can go over a year without a major video upload can possibly be the best, even if what they make is amazing. As strongly as I disagree with these brain-dead baboons, they have a point. Some people aren't willing to wait over a year just for a 20-minute video, no matter how good that video might be. I really can't blame them. To me, I think what it really comes down to is a difference in what we want out of the content we love. Are you looking for daily uploads? Someone that really sinks into your daily routine, provides a sense of stability? Do you want weekly uploads? Someone who covers more interesting topics in a little more depth and might change how you think a bit? Are you interested in an Emp Lemon or a Super Eye Patch Wolf? Someone who only uploads every month or so, but completely blows you away with what they make. Every one of these categories has their own strengths and weaknesses, and they all have channels that can easily be put in the running for best creator no matter what community you're talking about. I would not begrudge anyone for putting a YouTuber from any one of these categories as their favorite. For me personally though, well, my tastes mostly fall into the last category, but they go one step farther. To me, the amount of time it takes for a creator to make a good video is completely irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the end result. I love watching passionate people make what they want to make. I don't even really care what the video is about as long as it can keep me engaged. This might sound like a stupid cop-out excuse, but I don't really care how long it takes any individual creator to make high-level content because I'm subscribed to so many creators and have such a backlog to watch and rewatch that I can fill more than the time needed between any of their uploads. Emp Lemon took 3 months to make a video instead of 1 or 2. That's fine, I'll watch this new Super Eye Patch Wolf video. H-Bomber Guy hasn't uploaded in over 7 months? That's alright, I'll just rewatch his Ruby video for the 8th fucking time. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. Lazy takes a year off to deal with mental health? That's alright, I have his entire backlog here to watch while I wait, along with Dane and Soundsmith and the whole rest of the community. There's a lot of good content out there. So much that I have no issues waiting for more to be made. I'll watch someone new while I'm waiting. And that brings us to the last thing I want to talk about in this video, mental health. It is no secret that Lazy's mental health is not the best right now. He talked about some of his struggles in the demo extras video and then elaborated a little more in this community post. Now, again, I can't say I know Lazy. I think I've said a total of 10 words to him in my life, but still, from what I've seen, Lazy does not have the healthiest relationship with himself. Lazy has said that
between a wave of depressive episodes and realizing that so many of my bad habits might be rooted in ADHD, I've had my personal battles flipped upside down this year.
And on top of that, it seems like he's been struggling with anxiety. As someone who lives with Asperger's, a form of autism with symptoms so close to ADHD that they very frequently get misdiagnosed for one another, I get it. Quick note, I am not going to pretend to be an expert on ADHD or autism. I just know I deal with something similar to what Lazy has said he goes through. These issues make video production especially difficult, because not only is it hard to force yourself to sit down and work, but when you finally do, it feels like nothing you do is enough. You set the bar impossibly high for yourself, and if you come up even a little short, it's devastating because you've let down everyone who supported you. On top of that, every second you spend not working feels like a second you're wasting. There have been days this year where I'll go to class for 3 hours, come back and write for 3 or 4 hours, review and do homework for another 2, and it still feels like I did nothing but slack off because I wasn't working for about 6 to 8 hours of my day. I don't know if these issues have affected Lazy in the same way they've affected me, but from what he's posted online so far, I get it. It's not easy to push past this shit, and I don't have an answer. I'm still learning, but as weird as it is to say, seeing Lazy gives me hope. It definitely seems like Lazy is going through issues way worse than I ever have. I always have at least some confidence that what I'm putting out is good. I haven't had to go to the extent that Lazy has to deal with my Asperger's. While it is hard to force myself to work, getting a planner and beating myself up if I don't stick to it usually does enough for me. I am not trying to say that Lazy dealing with these issues is a good thing, or that I'm glad he deals with them. I wouldn't wish these issues on my worst enemy. And yet, the fact that someone with issues so similar to mine is able to make content like this, it gives me hope that I can push past what's weighing me down, that I can make it through this sea of shit that's holding me back and make something truly spectacular. I'd like to close this video out by speaking directly to Lazy himself. I don't know if he'll ever see this video, but if he does, hi. I'm a small fan of your work. I don't know if you can tell. The hope that your mere existence as a creator gives me is something that I could never possibly get across with words. You've always been one of my biggest inspirations, an ever-moving goalpost that I struggle and claw in a vain attempt to keep up with. I love your work, and I don't think I'm the only one. Look, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's a coincidence that all of these super high-effort videos with tons of SFM segments started coming out a year or two after you came back. Maybe people like Soundsmith and Dane would have come along and pushed the bar even without you, but I'm certain we wouldn't have come this far this fast. That's part of the reason I think you should take as much time as you want to make what you want to make. I'd rather you stay healthy than push yourself trying to meet impossible standards in an impossible length of time. You've busted your ass more than enough to earn as long of a break as you want to take. I'll still be waiting when you get back. Making videos is hard. I've learned that the hard way over the last few years. Convincing yourself to sit down and work is hard, and trying to make super polished videos is even more of a burden on top of that. And yet, every time I feel like I might not make it, like making these videos isn't worth it, I remember your channel. And I think, yeah, I want to be that person to people too. You're one of the few creators where I see new video by LazyPurple in my feed and immediately drop whatever it was I was doing in order to watch it. If there's one thing I want to say before I end this, it's that I'd love to see whatever you have in store next. I know your How It Feels series is drawing to a close, unless you plan to continue it with something other than the classes. I can't wait to see what you have in store for us next, if you continue making content. Really, what I want to get across most is that I don't care what you make next. You've earned my trust, and I'm going to watch whatever comes next because I know you can deliver. Even if it's not as good as what came before, even if you make content for a completely different game, even if you pivot to something entirely unrelated to gaming, I'll still be there. You've earned my trust, and in my opinion, trust is the highest honor a creator can get. Oh, and also I want to see a face reveal. Bye! Oh my god, it's finally done. Lazy's content honestly does mean a lot to me, so I'm really happy I was able to put this together. The top links in the description will be his stuff, so please check him out. Big thanks to Digital Disorder and Grizzly Berry for watching early cuts of this video and giving me feedback. They really did help how the video turned out. Now, this is the part of the video where I would shout out my patrons, if I had any left. They all assumedly got fed up with the inconsistent updates, many of which were just, yeah, it's going well, and left. Honestly, I can't say I blame them. My plan was to get 4 big videos out this year, with this one finishing in March. It's currently, oh god, so we can see how that turned out. The only excuse I can really offer is I had school for about 5 months, and then a part-time job that scheduled me 48 hours a week every single week, so I didn't really have much free time. I plan to make a behind-the-scenes video for this video, much in the same way that Lazy does, but for now, since I'm finally free, I'm gonna get back into streaming a bit. Here are some of the games I plan on playing. I've had Persona 4 Golden purchased and installed since February, and I've been holding off on playing it until I was done with this video. Now it is finally time. I'm not a super energetic streamer. I view streaming as more for talking to people while I play a game I wanted to play anyway. If you have any burning questions for me or just want to come by and talk, then check me out here. I'm live right now as of this video coming out, if you want to taste or have any comments about the video. Anyways, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. And there will be a next one. I don't know how long it'll take, but it's coming.